Hi there, my name is Corey Luckner with First Class Medical, and in today's video, we're going to go over the unboxing of the SyncID Eclipse 5 portable oxygen concentrator. To start off, we're going to actually unbox all the items in the SyncID Eclipse box here to show you what you should expect with your package. Your unit will always come with a accessory bag. This is a nice little accessory bag that will allow you to carry any sort of extra accessories or batteries that you may have. Very nice to have, definitely when you're traveling on board a plane. You will have your AC and DC power supply. This is the DC power supply. So one end is going to be the cigarette lighter in the car, the other end of course going into the unit itself. This is your AC power supply. You'll see this part comes in separate here, so you have one part of this going into the unit, the other end going into the wall outlet at your home. You can actually use the SyncID and charge the battery at the same time while in use. So if you're watching a movie at home, watch that movie while charging your battery and getting the oxygen from that SyncID Eclipse. As always, you will see that you will have a lithium-ion battery. This battery is rechargeable, as stated before, with that AC power supply. This unit here, you will see here the lithium-ion rechargeable battery. You will have a cannula, or otherwise known as the oxygen tubing. This one end going into the unit, of course the other end into your nose, giving you that oxygen. The manual. So if I don't go over anything here, you can always check out this manual and you'll be able to find out anything about the unit here that you may have any questions on. This will always come with your package. They even give you an extra filter. This filter, you'll notice when we go over it later, will go in the back of the unit. You'll just want to hand wash, air dry this every about week to 2 weeks, and you can put that back in the unit. You will have a traveling cart. This traveling cart is going to have a telescopic handle, allowing you to use it just like a suitcase. Put this down here for now. And then, of course, you are going to have your SyncID Eclipse 5 portable oxygen concentrator. And there's actually one last thing that you should expect with this. And just on the very bottom of the box, it's going to explain to you exactly how to put together the cart step by step, kind of like Legos. So you have a 1, 2, 3, 4 steps. I believe actually, let me see here. You're gonna be looking at about 10 steps to put together the cart. Nothing too difficult, but that will be in the bottom of the box for you. And that's everything you should expect in your package. Now that we have everything out of the package, I want to show you how to set up your SyncID Eclipse 5 for first time use. So to start off, we'll want our battery. In the back of the unit, you are going to see a slot here. This slot is where the battery will actually slide in. You're gonna hit click, letting you know it's in. You can even try to pull, make sure it's in there all the way. The battery in there. The cart is very, very simple. You're just gonna lay it on the back here. There's actually, what you just see down here is 2 little latches that we want to make sure that the SyncID Eclipse is going to hook onto. That will rest. And then you can't really see it too far forever, but we'll get a close up here. And basically what this is going to do is it's going to be right in the back of the unit. You're going to have the option to be able to screw the SyncID Eclipse 5 into to make sure it's in there nice. Just keep going until it's a little tight. You don't have to go too much. So now it's tight snug there. That's your cart. Of course, you have your telescopic handle, just like the suitcase. And then the last part is going to be the oxygen tubing itself. You have the cannula port located up here on top of the unit. You have one end, of course, of the cannula go there, the other end around your ears and into your nose. And then the nice part is with the SyQual, one thing I want to show you is you can actually change out the battery while the cart is on, so you don't need to take the cart off every time. And then the plug, for the AC and DC power supply is going to be located right on the side of the unit here. Both AC and DC power supply go there. The other end, of course, one going into the wall outlet or the other going into the cigarette lighter in your car. And then, as I was explaining before, the filter in the back here, this filter you'll hand wash, air dry every about week to 2 weeks. They give you an extra one to kind of keep swapping them out, but that's where that is located. And that's how you set your SyQual up for the first time use. To power on the SyQual Eclipse 5, you're just going to hold the power button here for a couple seconds. You're going to hear the unit beep, letting you know now that the unit is on. We have multiple different options here. You will see on the bottom here we have 3 little waves. These 3 little waves are going to basically allow us to switch from continuous or pulse flow. Right now we have a continuous flow, steady flow, so there's always oxygen coming out of the unit itself. You're going to have an option to go up with the plus and minus. So minus, of course, bringing down the flow rate, plus bringing up the flow rate, plus up to 3 liters per minute. You can go down to a half liter per minute. To switch off of the continuous flow onto pulse flow, just click the 3 waves. You'll notice the light's going to come on. This is going to let you know now that you are on a pulse flow. Also known as on demand. On the on-demand flow, we're going to be able to go from a 1 all the way up to a 9 setting. It's one of the best units on the market when it comes to pulse flow. There's nothing out there right now that actually goes that high. And then I can go right back down. So pulse flow, continuous flow, all by the click of that button. And then of course you'll have the battery life on the side here, letting you know how full your battery is. This one's about 25%. You will have an alarm little icon on the top of the unit itself. If that comes on at all, that's basically letting you know that the unit itself may low battery notification. Could be the fact that maybe it's not detecting any oxygen, maybe a kink in the cannula, or if it needs any sort of maintenance, it's going to let you know. So keep an eye on that as well. And then the last thing, of course, is just the power button here. To power off this unit, we're just going to hold that button for a couple seconds. You'll hear it beep again, and then the screen will go blank. The dimensions of the SyQual Eclipse 5 are 19.3 inches in height, 7.1 inches in depth, and 12.3 inches in width. The weight of the SyQual Eclipse 5 is going to be 18.4 pounds. It is a little bit of a heavier unit, but of course with a telescopic handle, that's going to allow you to travel around with this unit much more easier. Some even say that with these bigger weight units and the nice cart, that they're actually easier to travel around with than some of those heavier, like 6, 7, 8 pound units over the shoulder. They actually exert a lot less energy as well, so you're not needing to use that energy and make yourself out of breath when you're using these units. So don't be alarmed by the weight. The flow rate, you're going to be looking at one of the best units on the market. You're going to be able to go from a 0.5 all the way up to 3 liters per minute continuous flow. And on a pulse flow, as I stated before, the best out there. You can go from a 1 up to 9 settings, different oxygen settings on that pulse flow. The battery life on a continuous flow, you're going to see on 2 liters per minute, about 2 hours of battery life. And on a setting of 2 pulse, you're going to see a little over 5 hours at 5.1 hours. So going into really who this machine's really made for. It's an amazing unit for those that need a continuous flow and can even use a pulse flow. Let's say you can't use a pulse flow and just need continuous. It's one of the best out there. 3 liters per minute is right now the highest setting that you can get for a portable concentrator. So when looking at this unit, let's say you can use a continuous impulse. Use the continuous flow when you're traveling around. Let's say you go out of town, instead of needing to travel with a home unit and your tanks, well, with the SyQual Eclipse 5, all you have to do is bring this one unit. Use the continuous flow at night. Use the pulse flow during the day. So if you're on a trip on a plane, right, and you're traveling around and you need that battery life, throw it on that setting of 2 pulse. Of course, whatever your prescription requires you to be at, but throw it on a pulse flow. Get the battery life that you need from it. And then at night, plug it into the wall. Use that continuous flow like you would use your stationary unit at home. And keep in mind, you're going to be able to use the unit and charge the battery at the same time when plugged into the wall. So it's just an amazing all-around unit. It's built to last. It can be used 24/7, 365. And if you have sleep apnea, say you have a CPAP, BiPAP, or VPAP, you'll be able to actually use the continuous flow on this unit to bleed in the oxygen with that sleep apnea device. So it gives you so much flexibility with what it has to offer. It's an amazing unit, and it's definitely one I recommend. To see comparison videos of how other units compare to the SyQual Eclipse 5, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon above to be notified live when we post those videos. And also make sure to join our Facebook group where you can interact and ask questions with other oxygen users like yourself. And most importantly, if you're interested in the SyQual Eclipse 5 or any of our portable oxygen concentrators, make sure to give us a call on the number below. Our respiratory specialists are here to assist you with any questions you may have, and they will also guide you into the best portable oxygen concentrator for your needs. Make sure to visit our website at www.first, and that's first, the number 1 ST. So it's www.firstclassmed.com. There you can see all the different portable oxygen concentrators that we carry. I appreciate you watching this video, and we'll talk to you soon. Thank you and have a wonderful day.